Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, a dream signing has arrived in AEW.
An update on Triple H's major WWE announcement.
WWE is interested in signing a top champion from elsewhere.
And a major update on Bryan Danielson's long-term wrestling future. I'm Adam Wilborn.
I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the news.
Kicking this one off with a literal dream come true. It's Deonna Purrazzo's words, not necessarily ours, although seeing Deonna Purrazzo in AEW is very cool indeed.
Yeah, awesome get for them.
She's really good, and she should be a great addition to that division. But yeah, she debuted on last night's episode of Dynamite. It was a really interesting time on social media before the show, because there was rumours of Deonna coming in after Fightful published a report saying there'd been talks between her and AEW. And then there's a bunch of folk going, Mercedes as well? Could they do like the Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson thing from...
I thought they might do that for a split second,
from All Out 2021. But hey, in hindsight, maybe better to do them separately, because Deonna deserves a moment as well. But yeah, she debuted last night. It came after Mariah May's first singles match against Queen Aminata. Mariah May won, of course. She was cutting a promo afterwards with Renee in the ring, and she was like, all of this stuff she said, it's all about Mariah because that's the story. You know the story with Toni Storm. She said, hey, look, I'm really happy to have had my first match. It's just a shame it was in New Jersey. Classic pro wrestling setup. Somebody from New Jersey shows up to shut her up. And it was Deonna who's debuting. Came down, said a few words, said it's the era of the Virtuosa, said I'm going to target Toni and the Women's World Championship. Mariah May slapped her, so Deonna kicked her in the head. And off she went. Mariah was sent out of the ring. Deonna stands tall in her first appearance. So she confirmed as well that she's all elite. Toni did the tweet. She then quote tweeted it and said, yeah, this is a dream come true. So it's very cool for her. Purrazzo, she's been a free agent for like 3 days, so quickly taken off the market, but she's been in Impact for the past 3 or 4 years. Long-term knockouts champion, staple of that division. Really built her career up after being released by WWE in 2020, I think it was. She's been killing it. She's a really good addition, and I'm glad that she hasn't had to wait long to get a contract. Yeah,
I think a fantastic call, like you say, from Tony Khan. Sign her up as soon as possible. Really excited for her. So happy as well. Dream come true is a lovely thing to hear. And yeah, really excited to see. I mean, the potential matches, as always, when these sorts of things happen, just pop into your head. Are really, really exciting. And just a great reaction, obviously, like you say, just makes sense. If you're in New Jersey, debut someone from New Jersey. She got a great pop, and kick Mariah May's head off.
Yeah, and that's it, like, as well, if you're debuting someone in their home state and they get like a nice pop, maybe it conditions people who maybe aren't familiar with Deonna Purrazzo to go, pop, that's an important person.
Exactly.
Good stuff, good booking. Looking forward to seeing what she does. Looking forward to seeing Mercedes maybe show up at some point. Let us know down in the comment section. What do you think of Deonna Purrazzo going to Impact? No.
Going from Impact.
Going from Impact to AEW. Who do you want to see her wrestle? You fired up? You should be.
Right, a little bit of an update now. It's related, I suppose, to Impact now, TNA, because a load of speculation has been going around, especially after TNA announced that they're not doing pay-per-views anymore. They're doing premium live events. Loads of people thinking that means there's going to be some sort of relationship between TNA and WWE, but apparently that is not happening. Obviously, later on today on WWE's 2024 preview special, Triple H is going to make a major announcement, but it is not going to be a partnership between WWE and TNA. Those rumours squashed by PW Insider's Mike Johnson. A WWE source indicated that there is nothing to the connection that some are making, and the announcement is not related to a TNA working agreement or anything related to that company. Obviously, WWE have entered into a working relationship with All Japan Pro Wrestling. Charlie Dempsey was just over there the other day. Really excited to see what this is now, though.
Yeah, definitely. It's almost like, you know, big announcement, huge announcement is almost a poison term these days. Because no matter what it is, people get annoyed. Although it's usually they don't like Tony Khan and they want a reason to shout at him. Although, you know, sometimes he does take the piss a little bit, but hey, it's fun. With Triple H, I have no idea what this could possibly be. The Impact rumors last night were a bit much. So it's good to see they've kind of been squashed there. And I don't like the idea of the wrestling world kind of shrinking in that way either. So yeah, we'll see what he's got up his sleeve. I'm sure it'll be something pretty exciting. WWE is, look, you don't have to like the current product, but the one thing you cannot deny, even if you don't, is that they are really in touch with what their audience wants, and that they know exactly what's going to pop their base, which is very important.
And they're doing so well at the moment. Great numbers for Raw, considering they were up against, what, 2 big college football games, I think it was?
First show of the year as well. So, yeah, like they know exactly, they're really locked in, and it will be something that pops the base.
Yeah, we'll update you on that tomorrow. I really hope it's Triple H saying, I'm going in the Hall of Fame. Just me.
Hey, it might actually be the Hall of Fame announcement, something like that. So yeah, that could be cool.
Let us know, speculate on that as well in the comment section below, and make sure if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, shout outs to you for doing that. Let's move over. No, wait, we're still in WWE. I'm not having a good day. They're trying to sign people.
Of course.
They're in acquisition mode. They're picking people up. They're just like, I'll have you, and you, and you, and you. We've talked about Andrade. We talked about Naomi this week. Now...
Loads of new people in the shop window because it's a new year, basically.
I know. Contract season is here, baby. Yes. And someone they're interested in is Camille, former NWA Women's World Champion. According to House of Wrestling, they are super high on Camille. The company's in signing mode. TKO, which is the group that governs the UFC and WWE. They're freshening up the talent pool a little bit with new impactful signings, and Camille is apparently amongst that group. They're interested in her. They want to bring her in. She hasn't wrestled for the NWA since mid-November on an episode of Power, but she's been a focused person on that show since Power was a thing, since it debuted in the late 2010s. She was initially like the strong, silent bodyguard type figure of Nick Aldis, who's of course the SmackDown general manager now. She was soon wrestling herself. She was women's champion for like 800 days until she eventually dropped it last August. So I think the 5th longest reigning champion in that belt's history, which when you think of how long NWA reigns used to go far back in the day, that's no mean feat. So look, I understand completely why they're interested in Camille. She's got that big powerhouse style. She's got a presence about her. She's tall. She's got a very striking look. You could put her on TV tomorrow. She'd be a good addition to the roster, and I have no idea what her NWA contract status is at the moment, or if there even is a contract. Who the heck knows with Billy Corgan? But yeah, cool, exciting stuff.
Yeah, I don't really know a lot about her, but there's a big buzz about her online, obviously off the back of that amazing NWA run, and just doing the maths in my head, if it's true that the talks between WWE and Mercedes Moné have fallen through, they've got a lot of money to play with in terms of signing new talent. So, I think she should be a fantastic addition to the WWE roster. And
she'd get over as well.
Without question. Right, let's finally move on and talk about Bryan Danielson's long-term future. 2024, sadly, is the final year he's going to be a full-time wrestler. That obviously was announced in,
September.
Yeah, August, September is basically when that full-time run is probably going to come to an end, although knowing him and knowing wrestling, a little bit longer maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed. But he sort of updated us on what he plans to do after that, and it's painting. No, it's only limiting himself to around sort of 5 or 10 matches a year. He had an interview with Tokyo Sports saying fighting every week. He'd been fighting every week for a long time, very long time, and he intends to go to sort of 5 to 10 bouts a year when he goes part-time. Obviously, he's going to be wrestling to Kazuchika Okada, I don't know, now?
In about half an hour, yeah.
At Wrestle Kingdom 18, but that's not the only New Japan fight he wants to have. He talked to Tokyo Sports about
Tokyo Sports
about potentially wrestling Hiromu Takahashi, El Desperado, brilliant, I love El Desperado, Tetsuya Naito, Shingo Takagi, and Tomohiro Ishii. They're all on his wish list. I hope he gets all of them, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. I think he's going to go completely bananas until September. I think he's going to work like 2 matches a day.
Is he going to be like me when I go, right, diet starts on Monday, which means between now and Monday, eat all of the sweets?
Yeah, you can order McDonald's twice in one day. It doesn't matter. Yeah, he's going to go completely nuts. Do I believe him that he's only going to do 5 to 10 matches a year? I think he's going to try very hard, but he's a pro wrestler. Maybe that bug will come back. But I think Danielson's the best wrestler in the world. I think he's a really good contender for best of all time as well. If you want to make that argument, I would not fight you on it. It'll be a shame when he's not full-time anymore. But wrestlers sometimes can't help themselves. And remember, Terry Funk, God rest his soul, retired about 20 times. So, it's wrestling.
Yeah, he'll say 5 to 10 matches a year, and he's like, well, that's a year, it's 2023 and then 2024, but I meant the fiscal year, and then actually no, not that year. I meant the
decade. I was talking about the decade.
And when I said 5 to 10 matches, they're all going 2 hours. So look, let's just see big picture with this sort of thing, especially with Bryan Danielson. We're just lucky that he's back wrestling. Yeah. There was a period when it was done, so we're really lucky, and give him all of his dream matches, please. 100%. I don't care if there's no story behind it whatsoever, because him getting into the ring with any of those names that I mentioned would be absolutely awesome. But yeah, check out his match with the card at Wrestle Kingdom later, or now.
It's probably happened by the time this video goes out.
Let's move on to your Twitter questions. At What Culture WWE, of course, on X, if you want to get in touch with us. Martin Brophy starts us off. Morning, guys. Morning, Martin. If Rhea and Roman both lose at Mania, is that the end of the Judgment Day and the Bloodline?
I don't think they'll end them both in one fell swoop. Triple H is very, very fond of the big heel stable.
Oh, yeah.
Where teams of ragtag baby faces come together to fight them, and then they have one member who doesn't quite fit in, but he's really charming, Sami Zayn, R-Truth. And he's he's a very fan
he is.
Of doing these things long term as well. So I don't think you'll see both of those stables die. At once. I would say the Bloodline probably a bit likelier than the Judgment Day at this stage, because they've been around longer. But I wouldn't be surprised to see a full-on dissolution of the Bloodline this year, but I think the Judgment Day are probably a bit longer term.
I agree. I think Bloodline's going to be done at WrestleMania, hopefully with the match with Cody Rhodes, but let's see how that one plays out. I think Judgment Day, you will still see them on the Raw after WrestleMania. If Rhea does, for example, lose to Becky Lynch, lose the title, you can easily see Dominic Mysterio stupidly making a comment about I won my match over WrestleMania, why didn't you win yours? And she's like, what?
I could easily see Rhea Ripley punch him in the face.
I was going to say, I could easily see those two having a match.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Dom versus Mommy would be incredible.
Dom versus Mom.
But yeah, I think the Judgment Day are going to continue past WrestleMania, despite the fact I think they will probably both lose at WrestleMania.
I really want to see Rhea Ripley punch Dominic in the face now. Like a straight shot. Pow. Be good.
Oh, God. Shai Landau gives us our next question. Shai, thank you for the question. Morning, guys. I remember when Adam Copeland arrived at AEW, he mentioned a lot of first-time matches he wanted to do. How about if AEW does an Adam Copeland Open Challenge every week? We'll get to see exciting and surprising first-time matches.
Yeah, sure. I would like to see something a little bit different now from Copeland, I think, after the Christian feud. That match at World's End was really well done.
Oh, yeah.
They did a really good job. And they murdered each other as well. They were not shy of bringing out the big bumps, brother. So, yeah, why not? I would like to see him pivot in a bit of a different direction, and maybe just having a series of fun matches against people he's never wrestled before is a good way of doing that.
Yeah, we bang on a lot about the ranking system, and it's never coming back properly, but I would like him to sort of allude to it and say, I've tried to beat, as Christian said on the State of the Union thing, tried to beat him on multiple occasions now. Not quite true that Christian, he's 0-2 against Christian, but still. I'd like him to say, I have to get back in the win column if I want to, challenge for any titles in this company. So yeah, let's have it out, open challenge, and the speculation and the excitement. I mean, all the potential matches you could have with Adam Copeland, just so many exciting ones. And I think it would be a really exciting thing to do, and a classic thing of a legend just fighting loads of young talent. But yeah, if he wants to tick those names off his list, this is the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Alabama Slim gives us our final question of the day. With AEW currently missing a lot of their go-to talent, Bucks, Kenny, MJF, especially Jericho, who are some talents you could see AEW trying to put more of a spotlight on?
There were some big ones last night.
Yeah.
I think that Takeshita obviously is going to be featured a lot more this year than he was last year, which is good because last year was a bit farty for him, despite going over Kenny twice. I think that Private Party are going to get a renewed push now that they're back. Yeah. I think Serena Deeb, she had her vignette at WhatsApp? No, World's End. What? I think she's going to get something when she comes back. Will Ospreay, when he's there full time, he's going to be a major
course,
player.
yeah.
And someone I'd personally like to see in a big spot, always, because he's a psychopath, is Rouge.
Yes, that's a good point. Powerhouse Hobbs, we'll always bang the drum for Powerhouse Hobbs. We talked a little bit before we started recording about Takeshita, this being one of his years. Swerve's an obvious one, so I don't really need to mention. He doesn't need more spotlight, he just needs to win the world title.
He's winning the world title in about, when's Revolution?
Yeah.
3 months?
Start of March? Yeah.
2 months.
Yeah, get in. Who else was I going to mention? Wardlow.
Yeah.
Wardlow, obviously, they've teed him up with the what they called Undisputed Kingdom or something.
Undisputed Kingdom, yeah. Because Adam Cole and Roddy Strong used to be in the Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
And then there's the Kingdom. And then there's Wardlow.
The Undisputed Kingdom, Wardlow. Yeah, Wardlow, without question, is going to get a big push, and I'm really excited to see that this year. And I'll tell you who else should get a major spotlight in 2024.
Here we go. Let's consult the box.
Here's the bit where we pull out Nick Jackson's name.
Or someone who's like horrendously injured.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
I mean, maybe not.
I like this one. Eddie Kingston.
Oh yeah,
he won the Continental Classic, but
he had an incredible 2023.
Go?
Yeah, sure. Because Eddie Kingston is the best. So,
yes.
I want someone a bit funny. This says I haven't opened it, but it says Kenny Omega.
Okay.
He's got diverticulitis, so let's wait a while. Okay, here we go. Lance Archer. Good, yeah, solid. Are we just going to keep going?
Have him chuck round more people who are half his size,
Small
basically.
wrestlers.
Dante Martin. Got a match against Orange Cassidy last night. Came up short, but looked great.
The people have been asking. We are going to make a WWE version of this.
A lot of names to print.
This is the thing. When people ask this question, they don't realise that we have to cut out individually 300 names.
Yeah.
Takes a while, so bear with us. But yeah.
In the meantime, you know what they can do?
Cha!
Check out this video.
Yeah, watch it. See you later. Bye. What's going on?